Hey, what's up, y'all? This is this is Lil E, Kenyatta, whatever you want to call me, DC. I'm getting ready to do my first review. I hope y'all enjoy this. This is the Haves and the Have-Nots, season 14. No, season 4, episode 14. Giving candy to a baby. So let's get into this review right now. I'm gonna try to give y'all as much information. Try not to make it too long, but at least keep it. Be very informative. So we're gonna start off is with the DA in Wyatt's room. Now, from the beginning, when it ended last season, I didn't believe that they were gonna kill Wyatt off. I knew he was in the room. I knew he was getting high as fuck, and I knew all that. But I thought he was gonna be like in a coma, maybe overdose. But you know how they can pull you back from an overdose. I didn't think it was going to be like this. I didn't think, but since he was in the room for so long, you know, it's evident that he's dead. Last week, when it went off last week, like I said, this is just my first review, so I didn't give y'all that review for last week. But last week when it went off, we realized that Wyatt was dead. So called the DA down there, and she feeling all bad because she feels like it's her fault. She blaming herself. She said because she said I didn't got him that money. I knew he was an addict. The person she worked with was like, "Well, didn't you have him do a drug test?" She said, "Yeah." But you know how people who dope things or whatever, they know how to get around that mess. I don't have the skill to sit there and do that. It take me. People be putting it in the balls. And you know, shit. I said, it'd be just my luck. I go in there. That motherfucker shit spill all out. Have this old big old wet spot on my pants or whatever. I don't have it. I can't do it. So when I'm sitting there going to take my test, I'm just gonna go without. Forever, how long I gotta go without to make sure I get it out of my system. But anyway, he took the test or whatever. So she feeling really, really bad. And so he was like, "Well, we gotta contact the family. Can you do that?" She's like, "Nah, I can't do that." He said, "I'll take care of it." So then switches over to the person I do not like at all. Y'all gonna hear me say her name. You're gonna hear me say it so many times. You see how these little wrinkles are in my head right now. Because when I think about her, when I just think about Hannah, she makes me sick. Hannah, she's supposed to be Miss Good Girl. Hannah makes me sick. I can't stand no Hannah. Hannah called herself leaving Benny's because he won't take her over to Kansas, so she gonna walk over to Kansas. Bitch, we don't know how far it is, but and this, you sitting at the bus stop, all the little stunts you be pulling, where you sitting there saying, "Miss, I'm independent," whatever. You know what? Cut that shit out. Cut it out. Nobody don't got no time for that motherfucking goddamn bullshit. For real. So she get in front of Candace's house, and Benny pulls up, and he's trying to stop her from going in there. And you know she's gonna be all dramatic. "Stop it, Benjamin, stop it." Trying to go all around him and stuff. And, you know, he like, sit your ass down. And then, who comes out the house? Nosy Rosie next door. Miss all up in Candace's business, all up in the whole neighborhood's business. And we done finally found out what her name is. The bitch name is Pearl. She look like a motherfucking Pearl, too. Pearl's coming out. "Take your hands off of her young man. Take your hands off of him." And so Hannah gonna be like, "I'm all right, ma'am. I'm all right. It's okay." She said, "You sure?" She's sure, because all these characters coming around here. Then she said, "Nah, it's okay." And she was like, "Well, okay, because all them people coming over in and out that house over there, and, you know, they coming in and coming out. It don't make no sense how many people are coming up in there." And, you know, Hannah, her eyebrow going all up, like, you know, I can't even give the look. That bitch in there, like if she was a dog, her ear was, So that bitch ain't missing nothing that Miss Pearl didn't sitting there put out there. And so Benny said, "Woman, take your old back in the house." And "Benny, don't be talking to her like that. No, you ain't gonna be talking to her. Apologize to that woman." He said, "I'm sorry." And so she goes, "Well, you need to move your car. You can't park your car there. You gonna need to move your car right now." And Benny said, I move my car when I oh he said, oh later I'll move my car when I want to. Mind your own business and go back in the house. And so Hannah once again sticking her nose in like she Miss Godly person. I don't know. Man, you can't be talking to people like that. You better sit there and say you apologize to this woman. So Benny sit there and apologize again. And she goes over, so he goes over there by the car like he's saying, fuck this shit, let me get away from this bitch because this bitch is crazy. I'm going to end up sitting there coming out my motherfucking character again. So let me just go. She's like, well, look, I don't know what's going on over that house. That girl over there, she ain't no good. She be having men coming in and out and in and out. And there's one man that came in there and he don't, and he ain't never come out. And she said, and he was a dark-skinned man, and he had the skull. She describing Quincy to the T. She spelled all the people. I'm sitting there saying, bitch, how you know he ain't never come out this motherfucking house? She commenced to sit there and tell her, I even got pictures of him. I printed out a picture. She said, I got cameras all up in this neighborhood. Over on that, I said, this motherfucking goddamn bitch. Where they do this shit at? How's she gonna have cameras on somebody else's house so that they can look at her house? That's trespassing like a motherfucker. How you gonna even do that shit? I wish I would find that shit out. If I were Candace and I found out she had a camera on my house, I'd break that motherfucking bitch off and I'll take that over to her motherfucking doorstep and say, here, bitch, look at this. I wouldn't be going for that motherfucking shit at all, period. Bottom line, she done fucked with the wrong one. But Candace, you done moved up into that neighborhood. And you done moved across the wrong person. Benny don't have those type of neighbors. You picked the wrong house to move into. So the lady sitting there telling her all this thing. She's like, well, you want a picture? You want to see it? You want a copy of that picture? And Hannah said, what? Of the man? And she said, yeah. And I said, yeah, that boss, all that bitch needs to see that motherfucking picture. She gonna wear this into the motherfucking ground. So the woman sit there and said, well, I'll get it for you. But you can't show him. She said, who? Him over there. I don't even know who he is. What's he doing over there? Who is he? And I said, that's my son. Rewind, first of all, when she's talking all the shit about Candace. And she said, well, who is she? She said, do you know her? And she said, yeah, that's my daughter. She said, oh, I'm sorry. Like she was sorry that she'd have talked about the bitch like a motherfucking goddamn dog. She said, but you know she's not a good person, right? And Hannah said, yes, ma'am, I do. Oh, bitch. Get on my fucking nerves. But anyway, so the woman sit there, and now when she found out it was Benny was her son, she said, your son? And that bitch broke cab to her door. She ran. That bitch ran to her motherfucking door. She motherfucking locked that door. And when she locked that door, y'all peep this. She go upstairs to her motherfucking top room house where she looking out the motherfucking window. Now, she thought she was being inconspicuous. That bitch was looking out there like she was say, here I am. Here I motherfucking am. Yeah, I see you motherfuckers. I see you over there. Don't think I got my eye on you when the camera don't have the eye on you. I got my eye on you. So then they'll go on to so then they go to Candace's door. Now y'all know Candace is my bitch. I don't give a fuck what she does. I don't care who she gets. I don't care what scheme she's in. I don't care because that's my bitch. I like the way she thinks. She be on top of motherfucking shit. She got plan A, B, C, D. She just go along with the flow and however it rolls. So I'm gonna ride or die with Candace, whether she right or wrong. She answered the door, and she was like, "What? What y'all doing here?" And she's like, why do you put Quincy Jr. in foster care? Henry said, no, you didn't come over here in the middle of the night. This is what she was thinking, y'all. Bitch, she said, good night, I'll see y'all later. She said, no, I need to know this. And she said, I'll talk to you later. Why you need to know? I mean, this is my son. What? I'll talk to you later. She said, is it because Quincy's back? Because the woman next door then told me he's back. And then, I mean, she even described him to a T. I mean, I know she was talking about, she even said she got a picture of him. So both Candace and Benny's eyes got big as fuck. It was like, cause they're like, how did this bitch find this shit out? so both of them sitting there, got this whole look at her. She was like, well, you should just tell me, is the family a good family? She said, he all right. He all right. He good. Don't even worry about it. She said, nah, I mean, I need to know so I can sleep tonight. And Benny's like, can't you just tell the woman that, I mean, if he's all right or whatever? She said, yes, he's all right. And Preacher has him. Preacher and his wife brings in foster kids. They do it all the time. And he's only going to be there for, well, how long? She said, long enough. And I'll talk to you. I mean, and good night. I'm gone. And she was like, but are you telling the truth? She said, good night. So she closed the door. So Benny and them go back to the house. And you know, Hannah ain't going to leave shit alone. She going to keep there. Now, Benny got to be the dumbest ass motherfucker in the world. I would never have him as my partner in crime. I would never involve him on anything because he cannot sit there. He's sitting there looking like cat out the bag, the whole look on his face, everything about him. I mean, it's just, I mean, he give anything away. You know what he's lying. I mean, he don't even know how to lie. I mean, he don't even know how to come. But she kept on beating him down, and she just is dumb and stupid too, because she know what she know, but she don't want to believe it. So she's in him, are you lying to me, Benjamin? She said, yeah, you know something. And then she gonna switch up the whole conversation, talk about him. And David Harrington came to me. He said, oh, he did? About what? About you, and you ain't still seeing that woman, are you? He said, no. He said, but he messing with me with my phones and stuff. She said, well, how you know it's him? She said, Benjamin, you better not. You see, something going on. You ain't even tell me all the truth. And then he said, Mom, wait a minute. You done went from here to there. And first of all, I mean, now you're going back and forth. You know what? You over here tripping. I'm going to bed. So he get upstairs. Meantime, Candace has been blowing up his phone with texts like, nigga, you need to call my motherfucking ass right now. This is where you need to call my ass right now. So he get up there. He got, he in that motherfucking house where he got the master bedroom, got the bathroom inside the master bedroom with the closet door to that bathroom or whatever. I mean, I've been in them up in Vegas, nice. Anyway, he did back there, and she called him. And she's like, why you ain't been answering? He said, look, whatever. He said, look, I mean, I'm downstairs with my, but look, it's that motherfucking bitch across the street. I told you she had cameras outside your house. And that's how, Mom and them know the Quincy was over there. We got to get rid of that. But she said, we got to get rid of that body. He said, I know. She said, but we can't do it now because the body's going to smell. He said, well, look, when we going to do it? She said, I don't know, whenever he stops smelling. And he said, well, let me look it up and see how long it's going to take. She said, no, slow down, Tuffy. Slow the fuck down. Put your brakes on, Kate. Just stop the motherfucking goddamn bus. Because your dumb ass ain't going to do shit. Okay, let me handle this motherfucking shit because I ain't putting up my fate in your hands for a motherfucking goddamn thing. You're the bitch ass that motherfucking buried him underneath the damn yard in the first motherfucking place, dumbass. But anyway. So she said, nah, I'll take care of this. I'm going to take care of this. He said, well, how you going to do it? You always got to know all the details. Be the dumbest shit. So you tell him anything. You tell that motherfucker anything, he going to believe you. But he got to know the motherfucking details. And so she said, I'll take care of it. She said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it from her house. That's talking about Pearl's house across the street. How she going to do that? I don't know, but that's my bitch Candace because I know she gonna make that shit happen. She gonna pop up over that motherfucker. I don't know if she gonna have Jeffrey, have the cop, let them have access. So I don't know how they gonna do it, but she gonna do it. Because that's how my girl, she comes up with plan B, C, D on the spot. She ain't gonna sit there and let nothing slip past her. She ain't gonna get frazzled or thrown off her game. Yeah, she might get thrown off, but she gonna bounce right back. So Benny gonna end the conversation with, is he really with the pastor? You know what, Benny? You don't. Why you even go motherfucking ask? If she say yes or what the fuck ever, she lied to you, it don't really make no motherfucking difference. Nigga, you ain't gonna know the truth from the lie from Wednesday because you dumb as a motherfucker. You slow. You slow. Alright. Okay, so from there, next thing you know, we see David Harrington, another one of my characters that I really don't care for. I feel like he's a bitch ass motherfucking nigga. He goes through a whole bunch of shit with Veronica. Veronica's that motherfucking bitch that you have to hate. You don't love hate her, you have to hate her. But she done took this man through so many changes. She lit the house on fire trying to kill him. This bitch has done so many things and he's still in love with her. And he up in the he went to the jail to see Jim. Jim like, guard. Because Jim looked like he had been on the motherfucking battlefield. Like somebody beat the bricks off that motherfucker. He got all the bruises and stuff all fucked up and shit. And he said, I ain't here for all that. I came here to apologize. And he said, I thought you had taken a hit out on my wife. He said, and I did. I did. He said, but then you called it off. No, I did not. I put a hit out on that motherfucking bitch, and yes, I did, and I'm standing behind it. He said, Jim, I know that you called that thing off. Now, why is you sitting there trying to say that you didn't call it off? So Jim like, oh, okay, I did. And he said, well, why are you going to do that? I don't understand. He said, well, it definitely wasn't because you sit there and threaten my motherfucking ass. Shit, I wasn't scared of none of that. He said, so why did you do it? That's what Jim said. Because when I sit there and seen that look on your face, when you thought that I was going to do something to that conniving, deceitful bitch of a woman, I could see how much you would hurt. You was hurting, and that's how I would hurt if anything happened to Catherine. And so he's like, so where's that put us at? No, Jim said, so where's that put us at now? Well, I guess that we frenemies. He said, Jim said, frenemies? Yeah, I like that. Well, how about getting me up out of here? No, David said, I'm going to start working to try to get you up out of here. He said, please, man, because I got no bail. Plus, he put an extra 30 days on for contempt. And what's the name of it? He ain't even feeling me. He's like, well, I'll work on that. And he said, but I'll tell you one thing, when I do get up out of here, after all this frenemies and no frenemies, after this is all said and done, you got an ass whipping coming. And he's like, well, I hope that's just one debt I don't have to pay. And so they kind of end right there on that one. So after they expand off of that, that's when it starts getting a little sad. But it's a little stupid a little bit. Catherine laying in the bed. And I kind of understand what she's going through, y'all. I do. Catherine just lost her daughter. Just within the last year, killing herself. Wyatt is her only child left. She know he has a drug habit, and she also knows that he has gotten his inheritance. So she already know he going hard, like nobody else's business is what she's thinking. So the phone ring at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever time it is. Now he done been up in that hotel room forever, but they decided that they want to call her at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Tell her this news. And she sit there and see the phone ringing. She won't answer. She just like going up underneath the covers like, and I'm sitting there saying, bitch, answer the motherfucking phone. He might just be in the hospital or something. What the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, come on now, but you know, mother's intuition. Maybe she didn't know. I mean, she knew that something. I don't know, but my heart is going out to her all during this whole period of time. My heart is going out to her. So who she called? But the bitch I hate, Hannah. Look, y'all see that? Y'all see that right there? That's when I say Hannah. That's when it just comes out. I don't even know why it is. My fucking bitch makes me mad. She makes me vexed. But anyway, calls Hannah. She's like, Mrs. Pryor. And she said, Hannah, I got the phone call. And I said, what phone call what you gonna tell her that you got? And she said, so Hannah said, what phone call? She said, she said, I know, I just know it's not the phone call. She said, what'd they say? She said, I didn't answer. I just didn't answer. And so she said, well, you gotta answer the phone call. She said, no, I just can't answer. She said, because, she said, well, you know what they gonna say? She said, because nobody calls this late at night. And so Hannah gonna sit there and tell her, well, give me the number. And I'm like, what the fuck you gonna sit there and do with this motherfucking goddamn number? You gonna call the police, and you gonna sit there, ask them, and they gonna tell you, oh, why it's dead, and like, come on now, bitch, they ain't gonna sit there and say nothing to you. They ain't gonna say nothing to you at all. But she write the number down on her hand, and bitch, you got the number, got a pen next to you, but you don't got to grade no paper. You gonna have to write it on your motherfucking hand, bitch. Come on now, stop that motherfucking shit. This ain't no love scene where you gonna write somebody's number down on your hand. If you gonna reach for a pen, you gonna reach for a piece of paper too. But anyway, she write that down, and she calls the detective, and the detective like, well, I need to speak to her. And matter of fact, we got somebody get ready to go over to her house. She said, oh, no. No, you can't do that. I mean, just to wait till I get there. And I was like, oh, okay. So she gets dressed. Well, and she, I guess she was going to ask Benny for the keys or tell him she was leaving or whatever the case, I mean, with the car. Benny ain't in his room. So she calling his name or whatever. She go out the door. Who on the front motherfucking porch but Benny and Veronica? You know Hannah can't stand Veronica. And you know Veronica don't have no problem with rubbing shit in motherfucking Hannah's face at all, period. Because Veronica is that bitch. When I say bitch, you look up in the motherfucking goddamn Webster, you gonna see motherfucking Veronica's ass sitting there smiling like, I mean, that motherfucking bitch is a bitch. And she don't even care if you like her or not. So Hannah goes, and walks down to the car, and Veronica's gonna start rubbing all up and down Benny's chest, thing like this or whatever, trying to make Hannah mad or whatever. Veronica just knows what she's doing. She knows the buttons to push. And he said, look at what you done. Now she gonna think I'm back with your motherfucking ass. And she was like, well, she said, I don't care, because, I mean, I'm trying to sit there and go up in there. And she's in there, you know, touching him and stuff. He's like, that's dead. That's dead right there. I mean, we ain't going to have that no more. And she was like, well, we ain't going to. He said, but I need you to speak to your husband. Well, what do I need my husband? Because he's in there, he kept trying to, he was looking for me, and he came past to see me, and now he got my phones cut off, and he's messing with my business. She said, well, what makes you think it's him? Because he came past to see me. And she said, what did he say? He wanted to know what was going on between me and you. And she said, oh, for real? And what did you say? He said, I told him to ask his wife. She said, oh, okay, so you being a motherfucking man. He said, yeah. He said, but no, come on now, he need to check himself, because, if he don't stop messing with my business, things gonna get motherfucking rowdy. And she was like, and he said, well, what's this thing? Is this thing with you that you use? That you old bras be sitting there trying to use these young boys or whatever for for your own pleasure or whatever. To make your husband jealous. She said, first of all, if I was trying to make my husband jealous, I would use a man and not a boy, and I would use a person who whose mind is much smarter than what yours is, and someone who has more zeros behind their name than what you do. And she was just downgrading him like shit, and he was like, you wasn't saying that shit before. And he said, matter of fact, let me give you a motherfucking little reminder. And he gonna unbutton his pants, and what's the name? And you hear the zipper go down and hit like his pants drop. And I'm like, God damn you motherfucking Tyler. Y'all supposed to motherfucking show my motherfucking ass. Cause I'm all up on the motherfucker like, that motherfucker gonna show me. Cause that motherfucker Biddy might be dumb as a brick, but that motherfucker got the body of God. show me the motherfucking body, bitch. Show me the motherfucking body. You know, I'm sitting there trying to just get every egg. Please, they gonna show something, right? And then he gonna be pulling them back up, and she said, please, you ain't never heard of somebody faking it. Oh, man. I said, bitch, you know you was doing that motherfucking shit for real, because I know that motherfucker know how to motherfucking lay it down. But she said she was motherfucking. So they go back and forth. He said, get your old ass up off my motherfucking goddamn porch. And so she said, bye, little Benny. Bye, little. She remotely off talking shit on there. He said, you old ass motherfucker. And so she going off and he going off or whatever. But I'm like, yeah, whatever. So let's go. So now we back at the Cryer residence. And Hannah pops up, police all outside the house. I mean, the cop, the one detective could have just told her, but he got all these cop cars out there too. But he's standing on the porch. And she said, okay, well, she sit there. She said she ain't gonna take this that good. And so she rang the bell. She said, hello. And she said, Miss Cryer, you gonna have to let me in, or you gonna have to come down here. She said, you here, Hannah? She said, why? She said, cause didn't you say you wanted me to come over here? She said, you gonna have to come down here. She said, I ain't coming. And she said, Miss Cryer, you gonna have to come down here. I got the key, and I'm getting ready to come in, so you're going to have to put some clothes on. And you know what? And I started this whole segment off saying, I feel for Catherine. Because just this past year, we lost my brother in last January. And in July, I was diagnosed with cancer. And the only thing that was going through my mind was my mother, that she might lose, what she was thinking about, she might lose 2 kids in 1 year. And that's all Catherine, has is 2 kids. And she done lost both of them. I mean, I wouldn't wish that on no parent in the world. And I felt for her so wholeheartedly. And why she had only person that she could call was her damn motherfucking goddamn housekeeper, bitch motherfucking goddamn Hannah. But Hannah sit there, you know, when she came down, and she was like, I want you to get out of here. She was talking to the cop, because you was here when my daughter died. And she said, my son dead. And he's sitting there looking like a dumbass. And then she said, is my son dead? He said, yes, ma'am, he is dead. And I felt every bit of pain that she was going through, and I was like, oh, man, it's just life sometimes. It's just horrible that she got to lose both of her kids. All these people on the show, and people who should be killed off, Veronica, different ones. I wouldn't even care, but why you want to have her just kill off both her kids? Her whole storyline is getting ready to be gone. What else is it? She ain't going to have no kids at this age. Just that loss. But Hannah sit there and was consoling her, so I guess that's where it's going to pick up from next week, y'all. But I hope I did okay on this first video. What I need from y'all is for any comments, things I left out, things I could do better. Just give me some comments, like me, subscribe to me. I'm gonna grow. I want y'all to grow with me with this channel. I'm just starting off. This is just my first review. And I'm just looking forward to whatever comments that y'all can give me. And I know that we're going to grow together. I am going to be doing Greenleaf as well as Love and Hip Hop. I don't know what other show. I think those are going to be the only ones I'm going to start off with. But, just give me y'all's feedback. And please, please, please press the like on this and subscribe to my page. All right? Thank you. Goodbye. Peace. Until we meet again.